Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope wherever you are in the world, you are taking time to find some joy today in the small moments. That's what we're going to talk about in this video, finding joy in the small moments. Because what if I told you the happiest moments are right there in plain sight? It's not in the big things. Sure, the big things are nice, but the big things don't come along every day. And you've had the power to choose them all along. If you're new to me, welcome to my channel. My name is Kim, and I want this channel to be a place of living your best life in midlife, reinventing yourself, empowering yourself to do all the things that you still get to do. But there's a little bit of a process to get there sometimes. And that's what I want to talk about here. If you're new to me, go ahead and subscribe, stay in my world, join this community, help me build this community, because I think and I know there is value being among like-minded people. I want to tell you a little story. 3 years ago, my brother passed away. Almost 3 years ago, my brother passed away. He was the last sibling that I had, and both my parents had gone and I was all by myself. And I was trying to I was hanging on to any moment that I could notice because I felt like I was drowning. Now, I understand that maybe your story is not quite that dramatic, but we all reach these moments, especially in midlife, where we feel like we're drowning. We have lost ourselves. I looked back at the life that I had when my family was here and the relationships that I had. And then suddenly I find myself in this place of they're all gone. And what does that look like now? What does that make my life mean now? My daughter had gone away to college. I was an empty nester. And so what now? I had to capture those moments every single day. I had to find them. I needed something to hang on to. It was the small thing of waking up in the morning and having that first cup of coffee with the cat on my lap. Or it was sitting at my table watching the birds at my bird feeder. The things that we take for granted every day, I had to stop and notice those moments because those were the only moments that I had. We look at life and we look at, the vacations, which are fabulous, or, shopping trips, which are fabulous, or, the times that our family comes to visit us, which is fabulous. And we feel like we're so loved and we're so happy. But those times end. Kids leave, kids go to college, or kids just leave and don't go to college. They stop talking to us. And at the end of the day, we're only left with, and when you put your head on that pillow at night, what do you make that mean? Everybody has an opinion, right? And everybody would happily share that opinion with you, just like they did for me. The story that I was told after my brother passed away was that my family was cursed. I had 4 siblings that passed away, all from addiction. Both of my parents were gone, and I was the oldest, and I was the only one left. And in some way, I was waiting for the other shoe to drop. I was waiting for something to happen to me, because why am I still here and they're not? People would say to me, you've got to move on, Kim. You've got to just get past this. You've got to let it go. I couldn't let it go. How can you? Grief is a complicated emotion. It creates complicated feelings that not everybody is very comfortable with. Most people aren't comfortable with. Hell, my own grief I wasn't comfortable with. How could I expect anybody else to understand it? And I went down a very dark hole for a very long time. And I had to decide that this wasn't the end of my story for me. It was the end for my brother and my sisters, but I was still here. And I needed to make that mean something. We all have the power to overcome whatever it is that you feel like you need to overcome. We all do, but sometimes it's easy to let other people's voices get in our head. Sometimes it's easy to think it's too hard. I'm too tired. I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to go back to where I was before. I lived there for a long time. The reality was there wasn't anything to go back to, because who I was before this happened, she was no longer. Everything had changed. I needed to reinvent the rest of my life. I had just turned 60 when my brother passed away. I thought they would all be here. I had a job that I hated. I was so unhappy in so many ways. And then you just add this to it. And I thought, no, I don't have what it takes. But there was this small voice inside of me that just said, keep going, Kim, keep going. And so I did. And I discovered that there is more left to this life. My daughter was gone. It was just my husband and myself. He didn't have an especially close relationship with his family either, who lived out of state. So there wasn't even anybody in that close proximity. I pulled away from a lot of my friends because I didn't know what else to do. I felt like they couldn't handle my grief. It was very hard to be in these conversations where I felt like I had to tiptoe around how I was really feeling, because I was afraid I was going to make them uncomfortable. I had to remember that I was still here because I was created for more. It wasn't my time to go yet. I had to remember that. And yes, it was going to be hard. And yes, I was going to need some support. But damn it, I was not going to let this be, as I said, the end of my story. Those are the things that I want to share on this channel, because I know that I'm not alone. I know that I am not the only person to have gone through this. And I want you to know that there's hope beyond the grief. There's hope beyond the emptiness, and that you ultimately are the only one who gets to decide. Nobody gets to decide that for you. You have all the power. It's really about empowering yourself. There's a couple things that I want to leave you with. 3 things that I want to leave you with right now. I want you to look, and this is regardless of what happened, what has happened to you, right? Maybe you, like me, have lost family members. Maybe you have lost people close to you. Your kids have up and gone and don't want anything to do with you anymore for whatever reason, right? Maybe you've gotten a divorce. Maybe you're in a very lonely, quiet marriage that you're not sure what you want to do with. Right? I mean, it can be any number of things. I want you to look back. I want you to take a moment. And if you journal, these will be great journaling prompts for you. But just think in those quiet moments, like when you're having your coffee in the morning or your tea, look back at your life, which is very easy for us to do. We're really good at looking back at everything that we had and everything that we've done and all the ways that we have used to come up with a story of who we are. So you have that story of who you are or who you used to be. And then you've got where you are right now in your life. And maybe you're not who you used to be. And maybe when you look in the mirror, you don't recognize that person anymore. But you don't know where you want to go. You don't know what the next steps are. And maybe you have been stuck here for a really long time. I don't know. I was stuck in this place for a really long time. And I want to ask you, when was the last time that you made a decision that felt right for you? Not anybody else, just you. When was that? And then I want you to ask yourself, what do you want for the rest of your life? You know, if you're following me or if this video has popped up in your feed, it's likely that you've been looking at midlife things, or that you are a person in midlife and you're wondering what's next for you. What do you want to be next for you? Not what's possible for you, but what do you want? Write it down. Don't forget that, because that's the whole reinvention of midlife. Because make no mistake, midlife is not the end. And a lot of us need to reinvent ourselves. Maybe you just need a break. Maybe you just need to say no. Maybe you've been thinking about this hobby that you wanted to start, but you haven't done it yet. Start there. Make one happy decision for yourself. Now, I know I've given you a lot in this video because I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you to step up to who you were created to be. That's what this channel is going to be all about. Step up to who you were created to be, regardless of what's happened to you. I just want you to remember that you get to decide. You get to choose. Nobody else can do it for you. Only you. I would love it if you shared in the comments below just one thing that you have chosen for yourself, either something you've chosen in the past or something you're choosing now. Choose you, my friend. That's the joy, is choosing you. I hope you come back, subscribe and watch my videos and comment and get active and just let me know that you were here and let me know that one thing you choose. I'll be back again next week. I'm going to upload a video, at least one a week. This is important conversations that we as people in midlife, we need to have with each other. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And all for now, my friend. We'll see you soon. Bye.